time. 5 kilometers, 20 laps, and it's tight at the top, isn't it, in the league? Brand new leader in Claudio Imhoff, but we have plenty of contenders.
I'm so pleased with Claudio Imhoff. He's been so consistent. He's come back from not a great year at all, illness and injury-wise, and he's done so brilliantly in this league so far. He's still got 2 more rounds to go. It's going to be really tough, but I have been really impressed with how he's been racing throughout this series.
Well, this is how they'll line up. The first positions will be Stewart and Perrott with Mora. Interesting memories from Mora. He's had great results here in the past, but last year he lost the Champions League on the final night on this very track. Of course, the man who beat him, Gavin Hoover, well down the rankings this year, but look out for the likes of Guillemette. And, of course, Ollie Wood, who's going well in this particular race, already having won one this year. All ready to go, then. This is how it stands in the league. It's Imhoff, Guillemette. 6 points between them. 9 to Mora, 12 to Stewart, 20 to Wood. All 5 riders, realistically, are in with a chance of taking the Champions League jersey away tomorrow, walking through the Champions Gate and lifting the trophy.
Yeah, still very much all to play for. Still a lot could change, of course. 2 races tonight, 2 races tomorrow night. Imhoff looking nice and relaxed there. It's good to see.
There's Rotem Tena, represents Israel. Hasn't had the best season so far. Ollie Wood's been good, but not particularly consistent. And Grant Koons has been a good addition, hasn't he? Great off the bike as well, honest in how he approaches things, says he's so excited just to be competing in this field. And there's Eric Martorell. Haven't really seen too much of him, have we, this year? So there'll be 1 lap for everybody to get organised, get together. Then we'll have the gun. And just about as simple a race as you can get, in theory anyway, in track cycling.
In theory, yes.
We say this every week, I know. It's a bit of a running joke.
Well, what's been really interesting is in the 20-lap scratch race, you think this is going to be simple. It's definitely going to be a sprint. But they've always raced it so aggressively.
It's a fastish start. A hint of maybe an opportunity to make early moves. Matteo Donega just applies the pace. This is Tena. And Imhoff, who is the league leader, now with a target on his back in that blue jersey.
Yeah, far harder to go under the radar now that he is in that bright blue jersey. Of course, that's the nice thing when you're not the series leader, but you're sort of doing quite well overall. You can sort of scuttle into a few moves, follow the right wheels, but now he's going to beat a marked man completely.
Interested to see what happens if nobody can get away in this race as well, because we heard it from him in the interview, didn't we? His strength really is almost as a time trialist.
Yeah, he's a very good individual pursuiter.
And make it difficult.
Yeah, exactly. And he's been good at following the moves, being in those breakaways that have gained some laps. But the riders make the race.
Grant Koons at the front, the young man I just mentioned from the United States. His compatriot Hoover not far behind. Koons looks around. We've had a fastest start to this. 5 laps done already, a quarter of the way through. Sebastian Mora right at the back. Has been the world champ in this discipline, of course. Now then, serious move. Moritz Malshahek are being followed as well at the same time by one of the British riders.
Yeah, Will Perrott there, straight on that move.
Bit of hesitation behind, and this will get the crowd excited. Told you, the noise levels rise. Will Perrott from Great Britain out with Moritz Malshahek of Germany. Still not huge hesitation behind, but little bits every so often. Nobody really wanting to take the mantle up the chase. And they're getting up towards a third of the way through the track now. The gap is opening. 11 laps to go, and Marshalik ahead with Will Perrett. Will Perrett has been one of the nice surprises, hasn't he, of this season?
He has. He had a great World Championships in Paris a couple of months ago. He's been fairly consistent this series. Not such a great week last weekend, but up until last weekend, he had been nicely consistent. So obviously keen to make a mark this evening. Currently, they've got a good half a lap on the bunch. And
just as you say that, they hesitate again behind. Nobody really wants to take this on. They've got more than half a lap now, 2/3 of a lap all the way through. Only now there's a little bit of a reaction in the peloton. Perrett and Marshalik on the way to playing out for this in the win. If they do get across and take the lap, it'll be the first to finish between the two who takes the race win. But now we get a reaction because Claudio Imhoff makes his move.
Yeah, so he's really got to make a move here. He knows that he's not as strong in the sprint. This is his forte. Got another British rider there, always a smart move. 3 of them now off the front, but still being chased hard by the group. But the other 2 are about to get that lap gain very close now.
Yeah, it's Matteo Donega of Italy and Ollie Wood of Great Britain, the other 2 riders there. But it looks as though they're not far of taking this lap behind. And that attack could be brought back in the end. Guillemette, another man who's up there in the league, is chasing. Only one little bit more hesitation behind and one big effort. We'll see the 2 riders who made that attack getting towards the peloton. It looks as though they might be about to take that lap now. And once they do, it'll be between those 2 for the win. Dylan Bibic, the world champion, now attacks. Mora follows. They're still not quite on at the back, though, and that increase in pace has meant that it's that little bit more harder.
It doesn't actually matter if they get the lap gain. There's nothing to be gained from actually having the lap. What matters is that they are going to finish the top 2. So in the next 3 and a bit laps to go, we'll see how this unfolds. 3 laps to go now.
750 metres for Marshalik and Perrett. It'll be one of these 2 riders who takes the race win tonight. And Marshalik is just in danger of losing the wheel here. Perrett starts to open up a little bit of a gap. 3 wheels becomes 4 lengths. 5 bike lengths becomes 6. Looks as though he is going to make contact. He will take the lap here, but Marshalik will follow. Now Marshalik has to make a big effort to get on. There's 1 lap to go. 1 lap to go, and well, Will Perrett looks up at the crowd, wants to hear them. Marshalik, he's struggling. Perrett is already celebrating here. Looks behind, knows Marshalik won't make it. And the first big one of the night for a British rider comes courtesy of Will Perrett. He beats Moritz Marshalik, who sits up and applauds the man who's beaten him. 3rd place goes to Bibic. 4th place looks like it went to Mora there. And Mark Stewart, I think, coming through to take 5th and some important points. Looking for that leader's jersey. He was well down.
Just seeing a shot of Katie Archibald there in the GB pit, celebrating the win for Will Perrett. So another British rider has taken a win here at this Track Champions League. All 3 GB riders in the men's endurance competition have taken a win so far this series. So brilliant for Will Perrett there. And he's really making the most of this, enjoying all this home crowd support, doing a few laps of honour. I love to see it, make the most of it.
Great win from Will Perrett. Confident as well, wasn't he? He knew that he won. He was celebrating even before the finish line. This was it. Hello. Give us what you've got. Friday night in London. It's party time. Will Perrett taking victory for Great Britain. The man of the moment. And we'll get confirmation in a minute into what it means for Claudio Imhoff's lead, because I feel he finished well in the centre of that bunch there, not necessarily close to the front of it.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I've not done the maths quite yet. It'll be 20 points to Will Perrett, though, for the win. But that's the key. Where did Imhoff finish? Where did Guillemette finish? Because he was marking Imhoff closely earlier on in the race, which was the right thing to do. But their points will be crucial for the overall.
So, William Perrett takes the victory. And some big points in there for the likes of Mark Stewart, Sebastian Mora and company. And here we go. Claudio Imhoff still leads, but look at what Mora's points there do. 13 there, only 6 to Imhoff, and there's only 2 points in it. Mark Stewart also moving to within 7 points of the lead after taking 11 there. Bottom of the league and not having a very good Champions League. Gustav Johansson has not picked up any points in any of his last 3 races. Nice to see Imhoff congratulating the race winner. Imhoff for now is still the series leader.